A very good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Skopje in North Macedonia on day 3 of the main draw action here at the first ever WTT Contender level event to take place in this city. We're in the sports centre Jane Sandanski, and things are hotting up. Today we're bringing you the action from quarterfinals in the men's and women's singles side of things, starting with the women's singles, and Satsuki Odo in action up against Yuan. We'll be moving through the women's singles with the likes of Kim Na-young. Prithika Pavard is next on table 1. Darko Yorgic and Manav Thakkar in the men's singles side of things, along with Yukiya Uda and Benedict Duda. This is all what is coming up on the slate today on table 1. Before we then go into the women's and men's doubles side of things later on this evening, finishing off, or rather at a midway point rather than finishing off, with the mixed doubles final. That is all set to come much later on today, but that will feature Christian Carlsen and Christina Schauberi up against Zheng Beishun and Feng Yishuan, who you may have seen booked their place in the final with an epic 99-point match in their semi-final yesterday. So that'll be one to bring you later on, ahead of tomorrow's finals day across the singles and doubles action as well. But right now, Satsuki Odo is in our crosshairs, as is Yuan Jianan of France. Yuan, of 39 years of age now, ranked 32 in the world. And Satsuki Odo, 21 years of age, ranked number 8 in the world. And Odo, of course, has already started to tear up the top 50, the top 30, now into the top 10. 6 career WTT titles to her name, the most prominent of those from Montpellier in France last year. It was her first ever Champions level participation. She made it through to the final, she won. And that added to her contender title from Lima last year. Her rise has been quick. Very, very quick. Now into the world's top 10 and the 3rd highest ranked Japanese player as well. She is behind Miwa Harimoto and Mima Ito at the current count. And in this particular matchup against Yuan, Odo has a 2-love head-to-head record. She's won both previous encounters. The last encounter of those came in Macau earlier this year, when Odo won 4-1. And last year was their first encounter in Frankfurt, a 3-2 victory for Odo. But always a difficult player, never to be underestimated, Yuan Jianan. High toss serve makes it a harder shot to read because she can put more speed and more spin on her serves. The ball comes down faster than a lower toss serve, and therefore it makes it harder to read for the opponent. Harder to strike though for the player as well. So it relies on not just good timing but excellent timing from Yuan, but it's part of her playbook, and she does it so very well. She also has the short pips on the black side of her racket, Yuan. So she'll twiddle throughout the match between the spinny side, the red side of her bat, and the short pips on the black side. And that can make it difficult to hit attacking shots off those short pips of hers, because the ball doesn't jump up as much as it would on a topspin shot. It hits fast and flat. There we go. And twice. She hit that hard and flat, and Odo getting the first, not the second. So Yuan playing that one very nicely. But Oda has so many strengths to her game. She's such a complete player. Her average score, if she were part of a table tennis top trump set, would be high across all areas, consistent across all areas. And particularly that backhand side of hers, very strong. Good beginning this from Yuan.
7-4.
Doing exactly what she needs to do against someone of Odo's quality and temperament. And also relative inexperience compared to Yuan. She may have scorched through the last 18 months or so, Satsuki Oda, but she still trails someone of Yuan Jianan's experience level by, well, 15 years.
6-7.
There are tricks that the French woman can bring out onto a table which could cause plenty of problems for Odo.
7-all.
Solid backhand side of Odo's. Just impenetrable, really.
Eight-all.
A little too much airtime on this ball. Well put away by Yuan. Oh yeah.
9-8.
Let's have a look at this in slow-mo. Snap, power, spin, kicking up off the table.
8-10.
Game point for Satsuki Oda. Oh, yeah, couldn't bring that under her spell.
10.
Nice diagonal attack from Yuan, who's had success in diagonal shot making so far in the match. Oh yeah, but then when you have parallels being played like this from Odo, it's a 50-50 as to whether you're going to get your shot at going diagonal, because that is too quick. And 11-9 in the first game of this quarterfinal for Satsuki Oda.
Time. Second game.
We're seeing Odo in action here in Skopje for the first time since her World Championships run to the quarterfinals last month in Doha, where Odo made 4 victories in a row, and then came up against Sun Ying-sha, and her run ended there. But it was a notable performance nonetheless against Sun Ying-sha. She won the first game before falling to a 4-1 loss to the world's best player, Shasha. It was probably Odo's best performance against Sun Ying-sha in 4 attempts. She's lost all 4 of them. Maybe getting a little bit closer to how to take on someone of Sun Ying-sha's extreme quality.
2-1. One, 3.
Neither of these two have dropped a game yet en route to the quarterfinals here. Yuan with a good victory over Schalbury of Sweden yesterday, and Fu Yu of Portugal in the round before that. Timeout called by Yuan, just to slow the pace down, you feel. And 39 years of age now, Yuan. There's a few players in that age bracket competing here in Skopje. Fu Yu of Portugal, 43. Yuan beat her yesterday. Huang Yi Hua as well, aged 40, of Chinese Taipei. She's been competing here, beaten by Satsuki Odo. She's a top 50 player in the world. The length of career, very possible to just keep on going and going, fitness permitting, motivation permitting.
1-4.
Oh yeah, nicely rolling onto her left-hand side here. Feet planted, but just good core strength to angle that one away.
5-2. Two, 6. Two, 7.
There's a lot of height here, but it's nothing that. Oh, that's an edge shot. Yuan takes the point.
7-3.
It's a nice play though from Yuan Jianan. If you could play that shot every time, you would. Just pinning Yuan into this corner here. Keeping that backhand side honest. Not allowing the flatter forehand shot with the short pips to even be attempted by Yuan. No height limit on toss in table tennis. There's a minimum limit of 16 centimeters. But you can go as high
10-4
as you like. Odo with 6 game points here. Yeah, and the first attempt to
Second game,
put it away,
11-4,
using that backhand off her own serve here. Very nicely done. So under 5 minutes for game number 2 for Satsuki Odo. She's making fast work of this quarter-final. Potential opponents in the semi-final for either of these two. It is Shi Xunyao of China against Miyu Nagasaki in the other quarter-final in this side of the bracket. That takes place in about 20 minutes. Not on table 1. That match will be underway shortly. Kim Na-young and Prithika Pavard, they'll be playing on this table next in another quarter-final. Zhong Heman and Fan Shuhan facing off as well against each other right now.
Good game, Odo serve, love all.
So Odo in her customary mood right now.
Love 1. One all. Two one.
Set herself up so well in the point. Such a fast serve off the high toss there. And then here she's in the right position to pull the trigger. Just goes long of the baseline. Oh yeah, that's lovely. That's exactly how to play Satsuki Odo.
2, 3.
Just unleashing the backhand at exactly the right time. There is a quality about Odo that you see with some of the very top Chinese players. That expectation that they will cruise through matches, even against very good players like Yuan Jianan.
4, 3.
They maintain their level across a match and just give no glimmers of opportunities to their opponents. And there is that feeling with Odo. It doesn't materialize as much as it does with the Chinese top 5 players. But nonetheless, it's the way she plays, the way she holds herself, the ease with which she takes some of her points. And you would expect age 21 for her to start to continue to deliver on that even more and more and more. Very good jousting from Yuan.
4, 5.
Longest rally of the match, quite possibly. And Odo, I think, thought it had been won. That's nice.
6, 4.
Very good chance this for Yuan. She's thinking a step ahead of Odo at the moment. Oh my goodness me.
6,
Odo
5.
dispatches this. Venomous backhand. That's good problem solving from Yuan. Put something different on this. Hits it with the black pips.
5-7.
And this is the shot beforehand, of course.
Six, 7. Seven all. Eight, 7.
It's a serve which causes so many problems for people. And it's done a fair bit of befuddling Satsuki Odo. And continues to do so.
7, 9.
A little bit of breathing space for Yuan to try and kick on from now.
Seven, 10.
3 game points for Yuan Jianan. It's a good little mentality test here for Odo. And we're still seeing replays of that backhand, and why not, from about 6 points ago. Two game points. Yeah, and that's well played. Seen out
11-8,
with
1.
craft by Yuan Jianan. 2 games to 1, she now trails. Odo's imperious air punctured. And it's 2 games to 1 in the quarterfinal.
Time. Fourth game, love all.
Game number 4. Yuan Jianan having inflicted the first game on Satsuki Odo in singles here in Skopje. Sets us up nicely for an excellent 4th game here, and
1 love.
Odo coming out swinging. Big silhouette on these forehands. That would have been some get. People often admire Satsuki Odo's simplistic style of play, the ability to make things simple, or at least look simple.
1-2.
To deliver a clarity of thought in her play. just maybe, Yuan Jianan is getting under the skin of that very composed style of play here, forcing Odo to think a little too much, perhaps. Because there are a lot of things to think about when facing Yuan Jianan. And she's playing very nicely here. Brilliant beginning to the fourth game. (5-1) at the first towel break. Yuan is on a bit of a tear.
Repeat point. Left. 1-5. Two, 5.
There's a lot of topspin on these backhands here from Odo. And she's playing through that backhand to pull herself back into the fourth game.
Five, 4.
Doing just that. Four in a row for Odo.
5-all.
Great turnaround after the towel break. Storming back into things here.
Five, 6.
Yeah, nice forehand here. Really deep.
7-5.
Odo still with a timeout to play with if she needs.
Eight, 5.
Well played indeed. Four in a row again now. Chain scoring from both sides of the table. But Yuan Jianan now with a great chance to level up this quarter-final. Odo still staying at the baseline. Hasn't played
6,
that
9.
timeout as she might have. Backing herself and her own decisions.
9-7.
Yeah, one clever serve to set herself up, and now it's 3 game points.
7.
Game in the bag. And
game,
match
11-7,
on the line
Yuan.
again. Yuan Jianan taking out 2 games from Satsuki Odo. And we're into a decider, and it did not feel that it would be going this way only about 10 minutes ago.
Time. Time, please.
This is the kind of situation where Ludovic Remy's words can resonate and provide that extra detail that can help Yuan stay ahead of
Odo serve.
Odo's
Love
brain as she tries to calculate her way through this. Because it was the way she was thinking Odo in the last couple of games that really stood out.
Love one.
And now we'll hear an elevated level of noise from the coaches too.
One all.
She hasn't beaten Odo before, Yuan Jianan.
One, two.
Superb backhands from Yuan, staying rock solid here. And that was a lovely change of direction, which Odo almost recovered from, but not quite.
Three, two.
Yeah, it's such a good shot, isn't it?
Four.
Lovely variance to her play, Yuan. You don't really know where she's going in her points at the moment, and that is why she's scoring well against Odo. Suddenly extra speed put on her forehand.
Five, three. Five, four. Timeout.
Now the timeout is played by Odo. It's a clever time to play it as well, just to stop Yuan from gaining any momentum, and then taking this next point after the break would be significant for a 6-4 lead. double billing of French women's table tennis. Next match on, we'll see Prithika Pavard in action against Kim Na-young of the Republic of Korea. Pavard coming through a difficult encounter against the Japanese Yuna Gio yesterday. She was 2 games to love down. She was 7-2 down in the 3rd game. Came back to win. There was a real display of rock-solid mentality in the latter stages. And Yuan's going to need some of that as well, you sense.
Five, 4.
It's a good point construction and attack from Oda. Equally
5, 6.
as canny thinking around the serve from Yuan. She's caused a lot of problems on her serve for Odo today. Even when things weren't going so well in the first couple of games, her serve was a source of strength, and she's back on level terms with it. 6 each.
Six all. Seven, 6.
Oh, wow. Off the very top of the bat.
7-0.
Now, 2 of her most dangerous and unreturnable serves here, and Yuan is in business. Yeah. Odo never quite settling into this rally, and here bounce on her side. In front goes Yuan.
Eight all.
Now the turn of Odo to confuse her opponent from serve. She might have put no spin at all on that. She certainly disguised it well. That's good play too now. 9 each.
Nine all.
9-all, a part of a match, especially in a 5th game, when the best of the best come to the table and bring their best. Who has it on this day? Yuan with the first.
10, 9.
That backhand there from Odo felt like she'd done enough to move Yuan around in the point. And here we go. Satsuki Odo on the cusp of being knocked out. Yuan Jianan has achieved it. Back from 2 games to love down to beat an opponent that she's never beaten before. In the quarterfinals here, knocking out the first seed and the world number 8. And there are tricks aplenty that Yuan Jianan brings to the world of table tennis still. And she can do it against top 10 players like Satsuki Ono. Wonderful performance from the Frenchwoman, bringing her full talents to bear. An upset on table 1 for the first match of the day. Odo knocked out. So after French success comes another French contender, Thakkar Pavard against Kim Na-young of the Republic of Korea. That's our next match on in the second quarterfinal. Well, well, well. What did we all make of that, I wonder? Satsuki Odo knocked out in the first match of the day. Maybe day 3 in Skopje will be even more filled with surprises than we've had over the first 2 days. Other surprises have included the knocking out of Sauda Matsushima in the men's singles, by the way. World number 20, taken out yesterday. Taken out by Thakkar, a compatriot of his. Well, Pavard was on the cusp of an upset herself yesterday when she was in action against Yuna Ojio of Japan, a 16-year-old who is highly talented, but Pavard would have expected to go through, and in the end she did. She was 2 games to love down, though, and 7-2 down in the third before she came back. So rock-solid mentality from the French women's players so far in Skopje here. But Pavard now goes up against Kim Na-young, 19-year-old, world number 32. And they've played 4 times in the past on the WTT series. Kim has actually won the last 2 encounters, in Goa last year and Lagos in Nigeria the year before that. They've both been 3-1 wins. Pavard having won their first 2 encounters. In 2017 they met for the first time, and then in 2022.
First game, Pavard to serve. Love all.
Well, Pavard signalled that she might well be approaching her best form once again with her performances at the World Championships recently. Made it all the way to the last 16 and definitely followed that up yesterday in delivering in the end against Ogio. And with Odo now knocked out, Pavard has a door that is ever so slightly more open now in this contender level event for her to go through. Possibly become the champion come tomorrow. Kim Na-young will have a lot to say about that, you sense. She knows what the latter stages of competitions are like. She made a semi-final in Chennai earlier this year at the Star Contender. Lost in the end to Honoka Hashimoto.
3-1.
She's had 2 good victories in her first rounds here. Sophia Klee and Jiang Xiang Go, beaten in straight games by Kim. What she hasn't had, though, is a test yet. And Pavard might therefore be able to make hay in these early exchanges. Shocking Kim with the full force of how she can play.
1-5.
And she does come at people. She can be so ruthless, Pavard, and completely rip the game away from you in a couple of games. Does have that type of energy. So Kim has to settle quickly, and it's a good point here to help her do that. Oh, yeah.
6-2. Pavard, this is just too much practice. From the beginning up, please. 6-3. Seven.
Touch of the net, but she is tearing into this first game, Pavard. And she's looking so good at it. Clever shot to jam up Kim. Backhand side, but close to the body. Flicks forehand from Kim. Oh, almost another good reach. Drop shot was well handled, though, by Kim. Good court coverage, though, from Pavard. Really digging in here. Kim Na-young. Yeah, it was a lovely Chiquita backhand initially from Kim. Then she was on the back foot, but Pavard just missing. Lovely play from Kim.
9-8.
And just look at this. Almost back on level terms. Yeah, that's just what Pavard needed. Something that she could really get her teeth into to bring up 2 game points. And it was a clever, clever serve. So much spin. And Kim not quite handling it. Didn't calibrate that return well enough. Pavard therefore wins the first game, 11-8. Kim well in the contest, but Pavard and that early lead she created for herself saw her through. 6.5 minutes of action, and Pavard has the first game under her belt.
Second game, Kim to serve. Love all.
Game number 2.
One love.
Both these 2 players will know that the winner will face Fan Shuhan in the semi-final
1-all.
later tonight. World number 108 from China. Age 20, she's come through her quarter-final earlier today. That's really smart, isn't it? She uses the Chiquita backhand against her opponent here. She had to recover and didn't quite recover as quickly as was required, Kim Na-young. Chiquita didn't unsettle Pavard as much as it needed to, because there was a cost involved, nanosecond cost in recovering from the shot for Kim, and Pavard was onto it. That's lovely. Great anticipation from Pavard as to where Kim was going to be making her shots. It's electric from Kim Na-yeon. This zips off the racket. Oh, spring-coiled backhand of Pavard. Kim played into the Frenchwoman's strength there. Oh, she went for it and almost pulled it off, Pavard. Switching to attack here. Just not quite landing the follow-up. Tempo's gone up, hasn't it?
Like 6-4.
Nicely poised between Pavard and Kim now. Pavard is France's #1 in the world rankings, and Kim is the Republic of Korea's #3, behind Ju Chong-wei and Shin Yu-bin.
7-6.
Yeah, this came up really high to come down, and Pavard nailed the return of it. It was the more straightforward shot that she couldn't deal with immediately after. Oh, yeah, zipping off the forehand side here. This is a beauty.
Play 8-all.
Super rally. Absolutely super. From close to the table by Pavard, just dictating terms. Can really vary where she stands, Prithika Pavard. Quite happy deep from the table, quite happy close from the table.
9-all.
Just misses that. Game point for Kim. Yep. She's done it. She ensures Prithika Pavard does not go down the stretch in this game. She pegs her back. 1 game each.
Third game, Pavard to serve, love all.
Game number 3, and Pavard to serve it up for us.
1 love.
Oh, wow, that is some shot. Backhand drive, this one. Look at this. Wow. Locked together again. Other than the first game where Pavard took out a big lead before being pegged back and then winning it from 10-8, they have been toe-to-toe, point for point, so close at each of the towel breaks.
5-3.
Oh, wow.
5-6.
Little bit of luck, but this is still a good defensive shot here. Just adjusting at the last second. Last split second, rather. Oh, Pavard's clip of the net doesn't work for her. Instead, it just sets up Kim. And look where we are. Another towel break. Another mirrored scoreline. Pavard had a three-point break. Three-point advantage, but no longer. That's a good serve, isn't it? Lots of speed and kick off the table from Pavard. Tries it again, but ever so slightly different angle of attack. Similar spin on the ball, and that's two good service points from Pavard. Smart play. Yeah, much slower
6-9.
rally. And Pavard again has controlled that very well. Yeah.
9-8.
Reached far over the table here. Uses her wingspan to
Timeout.
good effect. And Pavard hits the timeout button. Over to Ludovic Remy. And maybe some choice, smart words, or maybe just planning this next point to put it 10-8 and take it from there.
Time.
Bouncing back to it. Pavard to serve. Yeah, what a serve as well.
8-10.
That's something new. Stepping across to the left-hand side for the left-hander to a right-hander and directing it into the body. Great serve. 2 game points to Pavard. Brilliant shot.
9-10.
One of them shut down. She's done it. Very, very smart play from Thakkar Pavard. And she takes a 2-1 lead over Kim Na-young, but the danger of this very talented teenager from the Republic of Korea, very, very present. But it is the Frenchwoman who has a 2-1 lead in this quarterfinal. Game number 4.
4th game, team to serve. Love all. One love.
Nice third ball attack.
One all.
Yeah.
2-1.
Did well to get that backhand firmly onto the table. Did Pavard. Caught right in the middle of her torso in the crossover point.
1-3.
Okay, so
Time out.
timeout time for Kim Na-young early on in the game. Must just feel something's not quite right. She hasn't quite reset the way she wanted to.
Time. One, three.
Takes the point straight after the timeout, just what she needed.
4-2.
Pavard still with an advantage, though, at the first towel break. Good focus from Pavard right now. Again, a 3-point lead, as much as she's had ever since that first game, where she was well out in front but was pegged back. And it's been very tight since then, but this is significant, you sense. Having to get that point. Oh yeah, she's playing really nicely. Thakkar Pavard here. She wants to get on with this. Keep the tempo high. Super defense. And still. And still. Pavard, that's surely the point that must break the will of Kim Na-young. Does the resistance end there? At 8-3 up for Pavard.
4-8.
And there's nothing to stop the momentum for Pavard now, with no timeout to call. Just a towel break. The only pause to the action. Can the teenager change things around? This is a difficult position to do that against an opponent who won't let up. Five match points for Thakkar Pavard. It's a terrific morning for the French in Skopje. Thakkar Pavard heads through to the semi-finals just after Yuan and Pavard with classy play to do it towards the end and to win 3-1 against Kim Na-young of the Republic of Korea. Up next, it's men's singles action with Darko Yorgic, the #1 seed, against Manav Thakkar of India. Men's singles now our focus on table one, and the number one seed in action, Darko Yorgic. World ranked number 9, and someone who has come through so far here in Skopje in good form. He beat Im Jong-un yesterday in the round of 16, 3-2, after beating Cedric Messner, a wild card from Germany, in the first round. And his opponent of India, Manav Thakkar, a man who is having a very, very good year in 2025. Made the semi-finals of the Star Contender event in Chennai earlier this season. And such an enjoyable player to watch, very attacking, very athletic. Good tempo to the way he plays. His former World Under-18 and World Under-21 number 1, Manav Thakkar, but currently ranked 48th in the seniors. So punching upwards in terms of world rankings against Darko Yorgic. And the great strengths of Darko Yorgic consist of a fabulous backhand, maybe the best backhand in the world. There's a fair few contenders for that title, but Yorgic right up there. And that's always the first objective when facing him, to work out how to combat that side of his game. How good is that from Thakkar? Showing his own backhand capability. Darko Yorgic is one of those players who, if he is beaten, he's only beaten by a very, very good player. Very few people outside the world's top 50 ever beat Yorgic.
1-4.
Thakkar of course, inside the world's top 50 right now, so this may be a good time for him. A good moment in his career to be facing Yorgic in a quarter-final. Oh yeah, great reactions from Yorgic here. Good readjustment from Thakkar. Oh, superb. Look at the way he comes through this backhand here, all body weight, as well as his arm, the hips and legs involved. And he's warming that side of his armory up. These two have only played once before as seniors on the international stage. That was back in 2017. Yorgic winning it 4-2. Came in India, in indoor, in the World Junior Circuit Finals then. So we're long overdue a renewal of this particular rivalry. And Thakkar really taking to the task in game number 1. Great position this to close out the first game.
9-6.
Tomahawk chop serve, but Yorgic handles it. Thakkar going for the attack. That's the instincts of him. Wanting to be aggressive. Yorgic has almost hauled himself back to 9-all. And has done now. And that's a flurry of excellently played points by Darko Yorgic. Oh, lovely shot. Really well picked up. It was finger breaker territory for Thakkar, but he went for it nonetheless. Game point. Lovely rally. Yorgic with a big fist pump at the end of that.
Ten.
Another game point saved. Oh, he's missed.
12.
Again, looking to attack off the serve. Game point Yorgic this time.
Let's 11, 12.
Yorgic gets it, and he's come from behind to do it. Thakkar was the man in command for most of the first game, but the man who takes it at the end is the #1 seed, 13-11. You have to imagine that it's been a troubling couple of days for Thakkar and his team. He hails from the state of Gujarat, which is capital of Ahmedabad, where that terrible tragedy took place this week. And anyone in any way close to the city, to the state, and to the country, of course, even more affected. And that's been going on in the background, no doubt, for Thakkar, for every
Time.
Indian.
Time, please.
Deeply, deeply difficult time. Away from the table.
Second game. Thakkar to serve. Love all. One love. One all.
Snake shot from Thakkar to try and get himself back into things. Here he is from under the table, hidden as to where that could have gone, but not too much on it for Yorgic to worry about. Oh, that's useful.
Three, two.
Good beginning again from Thakkar. Plays with a furious speed. Thakkar. Yeah, into the body. Thakkar unable to rearrange his limbs to get that one over the net. Yorgic errs here with that backhand, and it takes a little more time to get ready for the next point after it.
4-7.
Good forehand flick from Thakkar from well over the table, and here he is again, 7-4. Chance in the game once more. Yorgic having to tighten and tidy his game.
6-9.
Now Thakkar looking to avoid the pitfalls of the last game from this position.
9-8.
Hits it long.
Timeout.
And Thakkar takes the time out. He's got to get this one right, you sense. He's doing everything right in so many ways. Unsettling Yorgic, not letting him play his type of game. Getting himself into these positions. Now the game winner in him has to come out.
Nine, 8.
9-8, and Thakkar on serve. Hits it and gets it right. Game point. Here's that snake shot from earlier. Well read though by Yorgic.
9-10.
Another chance, but on the return of serve for Thakkar to take game number 2. And can't control that from Yorgic. Who's playing the big moments the better. Thakkar keeps finding new opportunities. And this forehand zings off the bat here. Beautiful. Another game point. And there, he gets it. That's what his efforts have yielded in the end. It's taken quite a few swipes of the bat, but he has hit this one out of the park now. 12-10. He takes game number 2. 6.5 minutes to do it. And we're tied up in this men's singles quarterfinal. 1 each.
Time. Serve game. Yorgic to serve. Left all. Left 1.
Yorgic has had to chase both of the previous 2 games from behind. And he might fancy being in front for a change from the start. And he's got to quell the Thakkar beginning, because he does come out of the blocks. He bursts out of the blocks. First time Yorgic has been ahead at the first towel break. Oh, what a counter from Yorgic. He fielded the attacks from Thakkar and then he let rip himself. This is brilliant. And again, building off the back of it. Important for Thakkar that he doesn't suddenly concede a slew of points after that massive point from Yorgic. He's lost 3 of the last 4, Thakkar.
Seven, 5. Seven, 6.
Thakkar's turn to try and slow things down a bit. Position from which to finish this for Yorgic.
9, 7.
And surely he will do here now. Yorgic takes the lead. Under 5 minutes for this one, and the Slovenian is leading 2 games to 1 against Manav Thakkar.
time. Fourth game, Thakkar to serve, last all.
So game 4, Thakkar to open us up. It's been fast and furious so far in the main. Barely any time to plan the next point between points because Thakkar is keeping things so quick and high tempo. And that is a fantastic point to behold. Thakkar again takes it. Just don't have any time to think against this man.
1-2. Three, 1.
Change out of the backhand side for Thakkar. That's rare.
4-1.
Oh.
2-4.
Each time we see in each game Thakkar off the line quickly, and Yorgic then drawing him back in.
6-4.
Exception to that was the last game, in which Yorgic was off to the races a little bit quicker. But now in this game he is certified control.
7-4.
Thakkar sent scrambling here. Caught on the backhand side and then Yorgic in command.
Let 7-4. Let 7-4.
He's not panicked at any point, has he, Yorgic? He's kept calm under fire. What an exchange again between the pair. And Yorgic looking quite comfortable despite the shots raining down on him.
Let 4-9.
And all of a sudden, Darko Yorgic has 6 match points.
10-5.
Backhand serve does for Manav Thakkar. And Darko Yorgic does handle the pace of Thakkar. And he handles it very, very well. The #1 seed in good form, especially towards the end of this contest. But he was pushed early on and in the early stages of 3 of the 4 games. But in the end, it's less than half an hour's work for Darko Yorgic. He's through to the semi-finals here in Skopje. So our next match on the blocks on table 1, coming up shortly between Yukiya Uda and Benedikt Duda. So don't go anywhere for that one. Benedikt Duda now against Yukiya Uda. Germany against Japan, and 2 left-handers facing off as well. Benedikt Duda, the world number 15, and Yukiya Uda, the world number 32. Well, both looked in good form in their last round matches. Yukiya Uda particularly so. He was in such great condition, very attacking, landing so many of his really big shots in order to get through to this stage. And it was really a joy to watch him when he beat Liao Chengting in the last round, 3 games to love. Benedikt Duda, meanwhile, had a much tougher affair against Christian Karlsson of Sweden. But Duda, in the end, coming through that and showing some very, very well-handled big moments against Carlsen, who really put him to the test. But Duda, the number 2 seed here, stood up well to it, and now he'll be tested again by Yukiya Uda, no doubt about that. Uda on his way back from a period of form which was not that exciting for himself, certainly not for Japanese fans. It can be so devastating on form. 5th highest ranked Japanese player at the present count.
1-all.
The likes of Matsushima, Harimoto, Shinozuka and Tagami all ahead of Yukiya Uda in the rankings. Played. Uda gives this everything, massive step around. In no position to run that one down afterwards, however. In the head-to-heads between these two, Duda leads 3 games or 3 matches to 1. However, in their last encounter in Chongqing earlier this year, it was Uda who won 3 games to 2. He went 2 games to love down and fought back for a first win against the German. Duda is the 3rd highest ranked German at present count. Patrick Franziska and Dong Cho both ahead of him. These are the kind of shots which Uda was landing in the last rounds against Liao. His big shots were scoring big. And against Duda, yet
7-4.
he isn't. That's well played. Forehand really attacking from Duda. Duda had the benefit of facing a fellow left-hander in the last round as well in Christian Carlsen, so he's used to the left-to-left exchange. May well have learnt a bit of a lesson from the Carlsen encounter, because Carlsen's forehand was so good it put Duda in a lot of trouble, and he had to really play around it, making in the end Carlsen hit vastly more backhands, and that really improved his fortunes.
Flight 8-6.
Oh, great serve. Lovely amounts of spin, or a devilish amount of spin that Uda couldn't handle. Oh, well played.
8-9.
That's wonderful. It really is from Duda. 3 points in a row into the towel break. Looked like Duda was dictating this game and its terms to Duda. But he's shown the resistance required. Still 9 apiece, time to go to work. For one of these two to seal the game. 9-all is where table tennis is so often won and lost. How you perform at this point in a match, in this point in a game.
10-all.
That's what you get judged by in the end.
Next play, 10-all.
Clever shot. Fighting spin with spin from Yukiya Duda. Not trying to neutralize it, rather, but just trying to make it work for him. And it did. That's a great serve from Duda.
11-12.
Somehow disguising that. And Duda just couldn't come back from it. Game point for Duda now.
13-11, game Duda.
He's taken it as well. It's come from behind first game win for Yukiya Duda. And he's ahead against the world number 15.
Time, please. Second game, Duda to serve. Love off.
Game number 2. And Benedikt Duda serves it up for us.
Love 1. 3-1.
Blistering beginning this time from Duda to lead 5-1 at the change of, or rather at the towel break. Skopje has been an important tournament even up to this point for Yuki Uda, because he's won 2 matches in a row for the first time in a while. Chance, of course, for this one to be the 3rd. But when you compare to his fate in the last 5 tournaments, where he lost in the first round at each of them, Skopje has already been a success. That's a lovely shot, isn't it? Uda lost in the first round in Tunis, Macau, Incheon, Chennai and Chongqing. And he may just be turning the corner from that kind of form. Although Duda is the boss in game 2, that's for sure.
10-2.
Eight game points. And that game can't end quick enough for Yuki Uda. Duda levels things up against the man from Japan. 1 game each, and it's taken less than 4 minutes for Duda to win that 11-2.
Time, please. Third game, Uda to serve. Lavo.
Game 3. And Uda needs a much better start in this one.
Love.
I think that took the baseline slightly, but just enough. Ooh.
1-0. Left, one, all.
Ah, nice return, well handled on the Chiquita by Duda. Oh, what a shot from Duda. He was squeezed into the corner, but he opened it up. That was so deep. Great shot. So where do you think this one is going? Will it be Uda or will it be Duda? Oh, lovely side spin serve. Definitely, Yukiya Uda is not landing the type of shots he was in the last 16 match against Liao. He's still going for them just as much. He's not scoring off them. But that was a very good scoring shot. It's good fielding, isn't it? What a fetch from Duda. He's playing an all-round, very tidy game today. His reach on shots when he can't move to the ball is very impressive.
4-8.
Yeah.
9-5.
When he gets those combination forehands going, Uda, you've really got to be on your game to not be blown away by them. That's a nice backhand too, stepping round it. Really travels quite some distance to get that backhand flick away. Oh, he's pinged him here, just on the corner.
Time out.
Duda says, let's slow things down. Shipping too many points here. So back to it we go, but Duda on serve, trailing by 2. Gets the point, Duda. So 3 chances to convert. Benedikt Duda sees this one home, 11-7 to take the lead. Back from 1 games to love down against Yukiya Uda. The man who the winner from this contest will face in the next round, by the way, in the semi-final, is Tomislav Puca, who's having a great week in Skopje. Puca defeating Yuta Tanaka in 3 straight games. Tanaka having knocked out Matsushima in 3 straight games before that. So Puca through to the semi-final. Darko Yorgic and Wen Ruibo also through. They face each other in the other semi-final later tonight. Yorgic in action at around about 6:15 local time in Skopje. He got jammed up there, Uda. Wowzers, that was fun. Didn't take the edge. Yeah, starting well again, Benedikt Duda. And Yukiya this time says, I need to chat.
Time.
How does Duda turn this around then? The short answer is that he doesn't, not yet. Yeah, lovely passing shot of a high quality this.
Play 3-7.
That felt like it should have been taken by Duda. In order to keep in touch with Duda. There's been quite a few of those missed opportunities.
8-4.
And 8-4 we go again. Oh,
9-4.
had to think quickly and almost got there, but not quite. Let's see it from this angle here. Oh, he has accelerated. And he has taken this match right away from Yukiya Duda after Duda won the first game. 6 match points. Duda beats Duda 3-1 in Skopje. And the number 2 seed in the draw goes through to the semi-finals. Yukiya Duda's uptick in performance, and hopefully his season has been witnessed here in Skopje over his run to these quarterfinals. May he continue that. But Benedikt Duda is the one who has outperformed him in this particular matchup. 3-1. So our next match on will be women's doubles coming up between Satsuki Odo and Sakura Yokoi and Huang Yu-ji and Cheng Pus-Yuan.
Succede, imamo ma gosti vdelim.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the start of our women's doubles coverage today. We're picking things up at semi-finals time, and I'm delighted to say that the first match on brings the #1 seeds to our screens in Satsuki Odo and Sakura Yokoi, the world's #2 pairing, of course, as well. They are in this semi-final courtesy of a good couple of days behind them. Yesterday they beat Miyu Nagasaki and Yuna Ojio, and on day one they beat the Chinese pairing here, Yao Ruxian and Yan Yutong. And today, facing Huang and Cheng from Chinese Taipei. Huang and Cheng, the world number 191 pairing, so they have a difficult assignment on their desk today. And Rebecca Adams is here alongside me today as well. So Rebecca, it's great to have your company. Thanks for being here.
Well, it's great to be here, Jack, and this is actually a match I'm really looking forward to because, of course, as you said, we've got the world #2 pairing here, the Japanese pair, who'll be expecting a deep run in this tournament, but don't write off this Chinese Taipei pair, the world number 191. But the magnetism between this pair has been very good all week. They came through their last match in straight games, an impressive win there. They had a difficult first-round match coming through that one in 5, but it was a good run over the French pair, Pratika Pavard and Jia Yuan. So very, very dangerous indeed, that Chinese Taipei pair. So we can expect to see some fireworks perhaps on table one.
And the fact they're qualifiers as well, it's not as if Odo and Yokoi would come across them all that often. So there's an element of surprise perhaps as well.
Absolutely, but they're not here by accident. You know, they've been through the qualifying rounds, they've made it through to the main draw, and they've just got more and more confident as it's gone on.
Anytime we get to see Odo and Yokoi, it's always a pleasure. They have such a good chemistry between each other. And Odo, however, having to bounce back from being knocked out of the singles competition earlier today. Odo was taken out by Yuan Jiannan, a 39-year-old French woman who came back from 2 games to love down. Odo was playing terrifically and just couldn't deal with the Yuan serve in the end. That was a big factor in the match. So she's bouncing back from that and looking to book herself into this final tomorrow in women's doubles.
Time.
On the other side of the draw here, we know already who the finalists would be. Whoever wins this competition, this match, it will be Kim Na-young and Ryu Hana.
Odo, level.
So here we go. Odo and Yokoi, the world #2 doubles pairing against Huang and Cheng, the world number 191.
Move one. One. Left. One, two. Three, one.
Interesting to see, Rebecca, we have 2 right-hand pairings together. Often the preferred doubles lineup being a left-hander and a right-hander, but Yokoi and Odo proving that it doesn't have to be the way.
It just adds that extra element of difficulty, doesn't it? You just have to communicate better with your partner if you're both right-handers.
3, 4.
Just get it,
4, all.
almost nullifies any advantage that you could have facing 2 right-handers as well, so it shouldn't really be an advantage or a disadvantage in this particular one.
5, 4.
A bit of a disappointment for Odo and Yokoi at the recent World Championships. in women's doubles. Only made the quarterfinals, where they lost to Shin Yu-bin and Ryu Hana of the Republic of Korea. As the world's number 2, they were expected to run a little deeper than that, but it wasn't to be for these two 21-year-olds.
7-5.
Nice shot.
Eight, 5.
I wouldn't say they've exactly muddled through to this point, Rebecca, Odo and Yokoi, but they haven't sparkled in every single game they've played. They've lost games in both previous matches. And what they have done is just taken their opportunities when they've been there and not been on their own peak performance, but they're there and they're in the contest and they're not overthinking things. And they've got themselves to game point here, 4 of them. And they take it with ease, 11-6 for Odo and Yokoi against Huang and Cheng. And again, it feels like they're in, for them, around about 3rd gear.
Which is pretty ominous for the Chinese Taipei pair, but they are young, you know, Cheng Buxian just 19 years of age, Huang Rujie 22, so they're learning and they will be richer for this experience, and what an experience it is to play the world number 2 pairing.
Second game, Cheng Yao.
Game number 2. And Chen Huang to serve. Oh, nice movement. Finding the gap through here, pushing Huang away from the table and then almost hitting it in exactly the same spot. There's 2 really effective serves there from Odo. The Chinese Taipei pair just struggling to get a read on that, and it's 2 well-worked points for the world number 2s there. Yeah, they're settling now into their stride a little more, aren't they? In the absence of Odo and Yokoi in the latter stages of the World Championships, Wang Manyu and Kwai Man, of course, took the title in Doha. Kwai Man coming good on the promise that she's shown in doubles for so many years, or for maybe not actually that many years, for a couple of years, but in so many tournaments she's featured. Pairing up with Wang Manyu. Maybe a World Championships too soon for Odo and Yokoi.
But how about that for a scoreline? 9 points to the good now, working their way through these points and making it look really easy compared to game number 1.
9-1.
A little mistake to prove they're human, but other than that, smooth progression. That's nice, isn't it? And that is quick as well. 11 points to 1. Odo and Yokoi take game number 2. Under 2.5 minutes to do it as well.
Second game, Odo, level.
Smooth sailing for Odo and Yokoi so far. That's a lovely shot, though. To start game number 3, maybe Huang and Cheng can dig in and cause a few more problems in this game.
1-all. One.
Oh, lovely shot from Yokoi. Nice couple of exchanges, though. But there's a good touch on this one. Just enough to send it off the table.
1-5.
It's great work from the teenager, the 19-year-old, though, Cheng, to keep that pair in that rally for as long as they did.
2-5. Five, 3.
It is Kim Na-young and Ryu Hana of the Republic of Korea in the final, the number 2 seeds.
6-3.
They having beaten Shi Xunyao and Zhong Heman from China in their semi-final, the number 3 seed. So it's all going with form in women's doubles in Skopje. There's another nice exchange there. Unlucky.
4-7. Timeout.
Timeout called. And that timeout called by Huang and Cheng. That's not a bad idea. Why end a match with an unused timeout when you can use it to your advantage, maybe plan the next point at least. See what pressure you can apply. Particularly when you look at that results en route to this, the opening round victory over Pavard and Yuan Xiaonan is particularly impressive. Back from a game down and then back from 2 games to 1 down to win the last 2 games 12-10 and 11-9. That's It's good going against two players who we know are in terrific singles form because they're both through to the semi-finals in singles. But Huang and Cheng took them out in the first round.
4-7.
So it's been, whatever happens, a success in Skopje for Huang and Cheng. Can they make it last as long as possible?
Well, certainly taking the first point after the restart is a good way to go, and now is the time to establish themselves in this must-win game if they're to stay in this contest. But what a shot from Yukoi.
8-5.
Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? A lot of space to aim at there, but she makes sure it's never going to come back.
Five, 9.
This time Odo down the parallel. And 5 match points on the board here for Odo and Yukoi.
Ten, 6.
So matters going to form here, and the #2 ranked pairing in the world, Odo and Yukoi, coming through in straightforward fashion against Huang and Cheng, the world number 191 pairing. Beaten comfortably, but after a week which has done no amount of good for them as a duo in terms of picking up ranking points and also going back to Chinese Taipei to say this is a pairing we can build upon here because of the victories that have got them to this point, to the semi-final. But in the final tomorrow in women's doubles, it will be Odo and Yukoi. And we will see them in action on the Sunday. And they will be facing Kim Na-young and Ryu Hana of the Republic of Korea. We look forward to that one, the first seeds against the second seeds. And right now, we look forward to our next match on between Manav Thakkar and Manu Shah of India and Darko Yorgic and Denny Kozel of Slovenia. Men's doubles now, and this matchup at the semi-final stages sees the #1 seeds in Manav Thakkar and Manoush Shah of India facing the #3 seeds in Darko Yorgic and Deni Kozel of Slovenia. Thakkar and Shah ranked 11th in the world as a pairing, and Yorgic and Kozel ranked outside the top 100, 109th in the world at current count. But Yorgic and Thakkar having contested singles against each other earlier today, and Yorgic coming out on top of that. He's the #1 seed in singles. But Thakkar was on very attacking form, and no doubt they'll want to bring that into this doubles encounter as well with Shah. Such an experienced duo.
And of course, he'll be looking for revenge, won't he? He'll want to be looking to avenge that singles defeat. And we saw just before the players started warming up, Yorgic and Thakkar sharing a smile and a laugh, but I'm sure that those smiles will disappear once this match starts, and it'll be all business from now on in. This is going to be a close one, you suspect, Jack. The top seeds taking on the #3 seeds here, of course, for a place in the final, so definitely one to look forward to. The players looking relaxed and ready ahead of this one.
You have to wait for 50 seconds.
Slovenian pair, 2 right-handers, and Thakkar and Shah down there and get ready. Righty and a lefty combined together.
Waffle.
And here goes Thakkar with the first serve of the afternoon.
Love 1.
Winner goes through to tomorrow's final.
Love 2. 2 out.
Yorgic and Kozel beating Joe Yokotani and Shunsuke Okano in the last round, as well as Li Tiangyang and Sun Yang in their first encounter. Thakkar and Shah only dropping 1 game in their 2 matches previously.
1-3.
The Romanians Ionescu and Movlianu beaten convincingly, as was Naranjo and Biriel of Puerto Rico. So they haven't really been challenged yet.
1-4.
Whilst the Slovenians got a very good workout against Yokotani and Okano, winning that 3-2 in the quarterfinals.
4-2.
On the other side of the draw right now as well, Im Jong-un and Oh Jun-sung of the Republic of Korea facing Li
4-3.
He-chen and Wen Ruibo of China. So all the top 4 seeds have made it through to the semis.
3-5. Three, 6. Seven, 3. Eight, 3.
Great start this for Yorgic and Kozel if they can bank this first game. Oh yeah.
3-9.
Really taking the world number 11s to task here.
Yorgic looking especially especially sharp in this one.
He's got a semi-final in men's singles tonight to get through Thakkar Yorgic. That backhand though,
10-4.
never ages. 6 game points to the Slovenians. And they certainly need an improvement quickly. Thakkar and Shah defeated 11-4 in the first game by Yorgic and Kozul.
Second game, love ball.
Game 2. Response required from Shah and Thakkar. Just don't really feel like they got not just into their stride, but even their usual instincts. They're attacking a 10 at all in the first game.
Well, they just weren't allowed to, were they? Especially through the work of Thakkar Yorgic, just looking absolutely ruthless in game 1, and clearly because he's in action later, he'll want to conserve that energy as well for his singles. Hopefully get through this one as quickly as possible. But, you know, interestingly, as you were saying earlier, the Indian pair just haven't been tested all week, so it will be fascinating to see what kind of response they can come up with here.
1-3. Two-three.
They played each other in some format at the World Championships recently.
4-2.
In that Kozul was partnered with, not with Darko Yorgic in men's doubles, but with Peter Hryba in the first round. And Shah and Thakkar defeated them comfortably. Straight games
5-2.
before losing to the Germans in Dongshou and Benedict Duda in Doha. So this is quite a turnaround from a month ago. Yes, Darko Yorgic is the point of difference there.
2-6.
Nonetheless, that first game would have caught Shah and Thakkar a little cold and a little by surprise, but this is much more like it from them.
3-6. Left. 3-6. Seven, 3. Eight, 3.
Nips that one through.
4-8. 5-8. Eight, 6.
This could be something of a mini comeback for the Slovenian pair here.
That's lovely from Thakkar. Really good.
9, 6.
Yorgic's backhand
6,
misses.
10.
So 4 game points for Thakkar and Sharp.
7.
And he did
10.
have a problem converting these kind of positions in his singles match against Yorgic. And have Thakkar. He had no problem creating them,
10, 8.
but in seeing them home, it was a little trickier for him. And Yorgic capitalized on that. Still 2 more game points for the Indian pair.
And crucially, they are with the serve.
They get it done. Thakkar
Second
and
game,
Shah
11-8.
readdress the
Thakkar.
balance, and they win the second game, 11-8 against the Slovenians. So 1 game each in this semi-final.
Time.
All square. Now, and Thakkar and Shah on serve for game 3.
Waffle.
Pushing Kozul so far back from the table.
One all. Two, 1. Two all. Three, 2.
A nice touch play to set them up in the point. Two quite interesting table tennis nations, Slovenia and India. They're adept at not just the sport of table tennis, but the game of table tennis. And by that I mean the thinking element of it, the chess side of it, the planning, the deception. Not just the drilling and the hitting, although Yorgic certainly, he's hit his fair share of balls in the practice hall in his time. He's relentlessly well drilled, but yet still with that capacity. Lovely shot. And certainly Shah and Thakkar very adept at that.
4-all.
Kind of Swedish thinking around the game. Making sure that you're there as difficult to read as possible. Indian players so good at that. On the women's side of things as well.
5-4.
And that's been part of their rise. Thakkar and Shah. It's being really smart on the table.
4-6.
But then Thakkar has this energetic, athletic capacity. Can move so quickly, keeps the tempo high.
4-7.
Darko Yorgic really struggled with the tempo that Thakkar was adopting in the singles match, in the early stages especially.
8-4.
Just doesn't give you any time to think.
Exactly right. He was instrumental in winning those last couple of points there for the Indian pair. He's just so quick and so agile. A really difficult player to try and keep quiet.
9-4.
They're showing their class here, aren't they? And their understanding of each
4,
other and their
10.
movement around the table.
Third game, 11-4.
Game number 3 goes to Thakkar and Shah. And the world number 11's showing why right now. Under 5 minutes to win this game, and they'll go from here, Rebecca, and go for a tilt at the final.
Yeah, just a game away now from a place in tomorrow's final, looking relaxed, looking comfortable, and that opening game that they lost 11 points to 4 looks like a complete aberration now, doesn't it, given that they look to be in full flow, just getting stronger and stronger as this one goes on.
If Thakkar and Shah do go through, it'll be a 10 against 11 in the world rankings in the final, because Im Jong-un and An Jae-hyun of the Republic of Korea are the 10th ranked pairing in the world. They're already in the final.
One love.
But what the Slovenians can do in this fourth game to try and level things up is play really well as individuals. What they probably can't match the Indians on is for balance and just the way they move around each other, the way they create space for each other. It takes so much time to build that.
And that's another great example of it there that we saw in that point. And the Indian pair, just their communication is just incredible, and they're just so agile, light on their feet, and able to move around the table with just so much ease.
Let 2-1. Charlie. 1-3.
Getting the hype about them now, aren't they? Thakkar and Sharp. You've got to be your own hype man sometimes in table tennis. No one else is going to do it for you necessarily.
1-4.
And the choles come out in unison. They're synchronized in their chole as well, not just around the table in their play. Timeout called by Yorgic and Kozul. They're in the groove now, aren't they? They're really swinging in the same direction.
It'll be interesting to see how Kozul and Yorgic come out of this timeout, because of course this is a must-win for them, but the Indians are just getting better and better as this match goes on. They're just growing into it, and Yorgic and Kozul have got a really big task on their hands. They're both very experienced as individuals. Kozul has represented his country at the Olympics, at European Games, at World Championships, but Thakkar and Shah are just such a cohesive unit.
Interesting time in men's doubles as well, because it's the only category in table tennis where there are no Chinese representatives in the world's top 5. Every other category is, of course, dominated by Chinese players, but right now in men's doubles, it's a very interesting top 5 out there. And Thakkar and Shah, I'm sure, will have designs on joining that company. The Lebrun brothers are world #1s at the moment. But France with 2 of the top 3 pairs in Florian Bourassa and Esteban Dor.
2-6.
Harimoto Matsushima together, #5 in the world, and Togami and Shinozuka, #2. So Japan well represented. Great to have
3-6.
India in the world's top 10. Thakkar and Shah just outside that, but missing a few ranking points, 200 or so, in order to get inside the top 10. Taking the title here in Skopje would help them
7-3.
significantly in that regard.
Eight, 3.
Chinese pairings don't come in until the world #6 and 7 at the moment, with Liang Jingquin and Wang Chuqin. And Wang and then Lin Shidong as
3-9.
well, the 7th pairing. So it's the only category the Chinese are behind on. Incredible to say that, really, but
3-10.
it's really blown things open for everybody else. And here's match point for Thakkar and Shah.
10-4.
6 of them. Healthy bank balance, that. And they do it.
11-4.
Thakkar and Shah, a little stumble towards the beginning, and then they show just what they're about. The world #11s, the #1 seeds, through to the men's doubles final. And they'll face An Jae-hyun and Im Jong-hun of the Republic of Korea. And that really is almost a bit of a shootout to see who can be in the world's top 10 come the end of this month as well, with what we've got coming up in Ljubljana and then Croatia as well in Zagreb before we get to the United States Smash. So all to play for in men's doubles. Interesting time.
Absolutely interesting time, and we look forward to seeing Thakkar and Shah in tomorrow's final, looking good indeed. So that's going to be one to look out for.
It is indeed. Now, from our perspective on table 1 now, that is the end of the first session of action today in Skopje. We will be back, though, later on today, bringing the mixed doubles final action as well as then men's and women's singles action to come. So we'd love to have your company for as much of that as is possible. Our coverage will begin just before 5:30 local time in Skopje later today. And it will be bringing the mixed doubles final of Christian Carlsen and Christina Schaubery against Zheng Beishun and Feng Yuxian of China. So do join us then for that. But for now, thank you for joining us.